what God cannot do. Oh my God. To the glory of God, it was my eldest daughter that was on this altar. And maybe she came back from studies in 2019. I don't know, she just came with this thing and she was every day in the morning, bada, 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 bada. I said, please, you are blocking our ears. She said, Mommy, please. She persuaded me. I followed her to the church when it was in Wuse. That time, I said, no, I can't come to this place again. So each time she's always disturbed. Very early in the morning, she wake us up with this thing. And I didn't know that God was preparing me for this altar. So after 2019, we went to hospital. I had surgery. She took me there. We came back. 2022, my son, the youngest among them, he was in secondary school then. He finished I just came back from Egypt. Then he just finished his SSC. He came back. Then he now said, Mommy, I want to join the military. I said, only you to join the military, the only child I have? No. Why not? The only son, sorry. Just stay. He said, no, Mommy, this is what I want to do. I said, okay, let me follow your heart. So on the process of filling the form, they said he has to have his JAM result for 2022. I said, which one is this one now? Just leave this thing. He said, no. So I now said, okay, since you insist, let me enroll you so that you go for lesson. He said, no, Mommy, I can do this. I said, no. He said, I'm just coming out of school. I can do it. I said, no. I now forced him. He went. First day, I took him to the lesson venue. He did. I brought him back. Second day. The third day, was on a Friday, and the following day I was to get an award from my office. So I said, no, I'm not taking you today. You will go and come back. I'm going to the market to go and shop for what we will eat after I receive my award. He said, Mommy, I'm going to follow you. I'm going to see your boss today. I said, no problem. I don't know, the devil was just after us. So when I was coming back, the car had some problems. I just abandoned the car where it is. He called, Mommy, are you coming to pick me? I said, just find your way. I will be finding my way too. I just dropped. I've crossed the road. I was entering the estate. I didn't know. I just had a sound. Wow. I turned to look at it. Lo and behold, it was my child. Come and see scream on the road. I screamed up. The first person I called was my daughter. Then she was doing her internship in National Hospital because she read medicine. I just called her. I said, your brother is dead. Shambak is dead. She said, no, Mommy, what God can? I said, what God cannot do? He has done it. He's dead. She said, no. She started praying. She said, just find a vehicle and bring him. We hustled, got a vehicle. We rushed to National Hospital. When we rushed there, he was lifeless. There was no life in him, honestly speaking. She just called her colleagues. They took him to the trauma section, brought something and was shocking him. I said, he is dead now. She will say he is not dead. I ran out. I was crying. She ran back to me outside and said, Mommy, I can feel a pulse. He's still alive. She now, in short, the moment we just went there, the phone was already singing. Ba, 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 ba. I said, she have started. I didn't even bother. She just kept it on him. She was checking pulse. She was jacking him. Before I know, she came back. I can feel the pulse. I can feel the pulse. I said, no. Later, she now said, come and see. They've put oxygen on him. I peeped and I saw his mouth was covered with oxygen. I was there. She was just doing that. She was just singing, doing the NSPP, this thing. I said, Kai. She said, Mommy, don't worry. Be calm. Papa is in control. Be calm. I said, which Papa? Where is he? She said, be calm. To the glory of God, this boy was on that oxygen for 1 month. He was in coma. The doctor said they don't even know when he will come out of it. She will always come and be playing it, keep it by his bedside. One day like that, after that 1 month, he just opened his eyes. I shouted. I said, what God cannot do? She said, he does not exist.
Yeah. Hey! Aha! Nobody can doubt proof.
Hey. I was the one that said it. I said, Mama. I called her Mama. I said, Mama, what God cannot do? She said, what happened? I said, your brother is alive. She said, he has been alive for long. I said, he opened his eyes. She rushed in. We came. He was just looking at us. that he went to play ball, this and that. He was just saying he was off everything. His memory, everything was gone. To the glory of God, I started the prayers myself too. I was doing it. Before you know, he started remembering things. Before you know, I was trying to tell him, his head was wrapped round because he lost one of his ear. In short, see the boy the devil wanted to carry from me. Oh, he's here.
He was in coma for 1 month. Taken for dead. Hey! Oh, yeah, finish the testimony. Finish the testimony.
I'm him.
No, it's okay.
I did not finish.
You finished.
Okay, so first of all, I wanted to be an Air Force officer. I've never wanted to be anything related to science. Although I was a science student, because somebody forced me. So, so I always wanted to be an Air Force officer. And then after the accident, I couldn't do that anymore because I had scars all over my body. I lost my pinna, and I couldn't remember a lot of things. So one day I woke up, my back was paining me. I couldn't even move for some days. I went to the hospital. Doctor said I had 7-degree curve scoliosis, and it's going to take surgery to fix and all that. So, I'm going to take down. So I asked when they asked me, what do you want to study? I said, I want to study nursing because I loved my nurses. The nurses that were around me, they really took care of me. And my auntie owns a K-12 charter school. So she told my mom that she doesn't like me staying at home all the time. I should just go back there and do year 12 and stay with some children there. And I'm like, bro, I don't want to go back to SS3. Why will I go back to SS3? I'm listening with these guys. But then my mom wanted that, and I wanted my mom to be happy, so I did it. I went there. I applied to 4 different schools to study nursing, from Nigeria to Canada. And church, I got 4 different admissions. So it was left to me to choose where I wanted to study. I didn't know how competitive this course was. I just thought it was medicine and then nurses are the Jew guys and all that. But then the principal is a Canadian, he told me, bro, do you know the weight of this testimony? Like, Canadians apply for this multiple times and you don't get it. You applied once and you got 4 different admissions and you have to choose. And I chose, I applied for my study visa late on 26th July. And then on 27th July, Papa said, in 3 weeks' time, your visa is coming out. This, that, I was prophesying. My mom was already saying, amen. Her amen was the loudest. And 3 weeks' time was my birthday, August 12th. So on August 12th, in my heart, I believed that the testimony was going to come out. But then I also asked the consultant's girl, I asked her, what is the processing timeline? She told me 6 weeks minimum. I said, okay. Then on 3 weeks, my birthday, my mom was waiting for my birthday gift. That's what she was calling it, my birthday gift. It didn't come out. I wasn't surprised, but she was surprised. Then she got worried. The school started sending mails that if I can't make it on the deadline, they're not going to refund the fees and everything. My mom was very worried. She hit the guy up. She hit the consultant up. He said it's going to take at least 7 weeks. I should just defer my admission to next year. And everybody was just saying the same thing, defer. And Pastor Jerry said on 13th August, he said, see that delay, eh? He said, see that delay, eh? Where is it? Calm down, I have to see it, Lord. I'm sorry. See that delay, eh? God just wanted to humble you and you're on your way to greatness. And I told my mom this, and she was very proud. She was very proud of my perspective, the way I was thinking, the way I was looking at things. And then my mom was now telling me, bro, defer this thing, please, defer it. I don't want to lose my money. And then Pastor Jerry again said, don't let anyone talk you out of your destiny. When he told me that, I told my mom, I'm going to defer it on 7th September so that you don't lose your money. But I'm not going to let you talk me out of my destiny. I'm not going to let Kazim talk me out of my destiny. And long story short, my visa approval that was meant to take 7 weeks, thereabout, took 5 weeks. The stamping that was meant to take 2 weeks, as they said, took 2 days. And this evening, I am going to Canada to study nursing. And it's a 2-day trip, so I'm going to make the 13th deadline that was given by the school. What God cannot do does not exist.
Hey! Hey! This is the boy that was dead, oh. This night is going to Canada to study nursing. What our God